Hello and welcome to SkillPanther's Cat and Mouse. My name is Saurav Goswami. If you're wondering why there is a phone randomly kept on one thigh, it's because we are stingy and I'm using the phone to record, apart from the video, which is a separate recording. I have with me two of my students, Harsha and Shubham. They are not cat students in that they're not planning to ride the cat even. But as with all the other material you must have been seeing from SkillPanther, we've also created the SkillPanther system, which is a special collection of 132 questions only. And we take you, which are all real cat questions that have appeared over the past 15-20 years. And in going through only those 132 questions, we explain all the concepts you will ever need, not just for cat, but for life itself, when doing the actual MBA, when working in a business role, and so on. These guys haven't needed to do an MBA to get into a business role. They're already working in respective business roles. Harsha in marketing, Shubham in his own business in operations in brick factories. So let me explain the game to you quickly, and I'll let them give a quick introduction of themselves before I start torturing them.
So I'm Harsha. I live here in Bangalore. I'm an electronics and communications engineer. I haven't really written the cat. I don't have much experience with it. I don't really know what to expect. So yeah, this should be interesting.
Hi, my name is Shubham Dodeja. I graduated this year from RV College of Engineering as an electronics and communication engineer. And just like Harsha, I haven't written CAD, so this should be interesting.
So what's the game, cat and mouse? The game is simple. I am going to ask 20 questions, 10 each, out of our question bank, which consists of around 132 questions. You will be able to see these questions come up on the screen one by one as and when they are answering. They need to answer this question for me and explain to me the solution as clearly as possible. Once they are done explaining, I am either going to accept or reject the answer. Basically, even if they give a correct answer, it doesn't matter if they can't make me understand what exactly they are doing. They're going to have to do this in the least amount of time possible. We will be selecting random questions, 10 each out of a question bank of only 132 questions, which covers all of CAT, if you really think about it. And actually not think about it, we researched it and we proved it. This is CAT, 132 questions, that's it. But now we are going to play the game. Got the basic rules?
Yeah.
Okay, clear with the rules. So we're going to start off with Harsha, and I'm literally going to roll the dice on my iPad. Am I allowed to say it, on my notebook here? And let's see which question comes up. So Harsha, the first question for you is our question number 5. A student gets an aggregate of 60% marks in 5 subjects in the ratio 10:9:8:7:6. Okay. If the passing marks are 50% of the maximum marks and each subject has the same maximum marks, how many subjects did he pass in the examination? Okay.
Right.
So how many subjects did he pass?
So what's given is a ratio of all subjects. So we can count them. And it's okay. We can get 5 subjects, and it's saying the maximum marks are the same. So let's just assume that the maximum marks are 100. Okay. So the maximum marks that he can possibly score is 500.
Okay.
Okay. So 60% of 500, right? So that's the total. That's how many marks he scored in total. So 60% of 500 is 300.
Okay.
Right? So
yes.
That means that if those are his 5 subjects in ratio, they are representative of each of the ratios between the scores he got in each subject.
Okay.
Right? So if I add them up, I should get a proportionality factor.
Okay.
Which I can then scale by the respective ratios.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Yes, that's made sense.
Okay.
Smart.
Okay.
That's what you need to do as well. Ask me in the midway. There is no reason why you can't ask me if it has made sense to me till that point in time.
All right. So That's 19 plus 15 plus 6, which is 40. So in totality, he scored some scale of 40, which is equal to 300.
Okay.
So x is 300 divided by 4, which is 40, which is 7.5.
Okay.
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 Right.
So
now,
in how many subjects did he pass the examination?
So now all I need to know is which multiples of 7.5 are above 50.
Okay.
Alright, so 7.5 into 6, right? So that's 7.5 into 2 is 15. So 7.5, 15 into 3 would be 7.5 into 6. You get 45. So he definitely failed in the last subject.
Okay.
So you have 7 over there. If you add 7.5, you're going to get something above 50. You get 52.5, which is above 50. So he passed in the rest.
Okay.
So he passed in 4 subjects and failed in 1.
Absolutely correct. I think it is. So, okay, this looks like it's going to be good competition. How did you like that solution? Made it quite simple, right? Let's see. Okay, you get this. If the sum of the first 11 terms of an arithmetic progression equals that of the first 19 terms, then what is the sum of the first 30 terms?
Okay. So it's saying that the sum of the first 11 terms of an AP is equal to the first 19 terms.
Yes.
By the property of arithmetic progression, the difference has to be common.
Okay.
So without even solving it much from what I can see, the only way the sum is equal is either the terms being alternately positive or negative, or the difference being 0.
Okay.
And since the sum of first 11 is also 0, till 19 it's also 0, and since it's AP, it's an arithmetic progression, the difference has to be common, including the sign.
Okay.
So there is no other possible way in which you can go from 11 to 19 practically without the first term being 0 and the difference also being 0.
Okay.
And the sum of first 30 terms also equals to 0.
I agree. He's absolutely right. In a GP, I can still change the sign as things are getting multiplied. In an AP, it has to be unidirectional. Even if I start adding -1 or +1, the terms are going to change. He's absolutely right. That's impressive. Nice spotting. So, okay. He's taken like less time for that than you. So, let's stop looking into here now. You don't know where I'm going to stop. So, let's see. Yes. If A, B, C and D are 4 positive real numbers such that A, B, C, D equal to 1, what is the minimum value of 1 plus A, 1 plus B, 1 plus C, 1 plus D?
Okay, so if you look at the possibilities for 4 numbers equal to 1, the first possibility which comes to your mind is all of them are equal to 1.
Okay.
Next possibility would be 2 of them are reciprocals of the other 2.
How do you realize that?
So if you just have 2 numbers A, B, for this to be equal to 1, you need to be multiplying them into 1 by A and 1 by B.
Okay. I understand.
Alright, fine. Okay. So the thing is, let's actually, for this to be 1 by A and 1 by B, it needs to be a non-1 value. It has to be something besides 1.
Okay.
Right? So I'm just going to take, let's say, 2 and 3.
Okay.
It could be any number, 2 and 3. So what happens if I plug it into that? I get 1 plus A, which is 3. I get 3 into, what's 1 plus B? It's 4. Into 1 plus 1 by A, which is 1 plus half, 1.5.
Okay.
And the next one, I'm going to get 1.3333.
Okay.
So if you notice this, I'm going to get 12 times something which is already greater than 2.
Okay.
The multiplication of this.
I don't believe it's greater than 2.
It is greater than this.
It's 1.5 into 1.33.
Alright, but what I'm trying to say is it's something much greater. It's greater than 1, at least 1.5.
Oh.
Okay? It is greater than 1.5, alright?
I think it's greater than 2 also, but
It's greater than 2. I know that 15 times 13 is what fifth? It's okay. It's really close to. It's 195.
Yep.
So it's really Okay. So
Okay.
it's pretty much a big number. And the thing is,
Okay.
I'm benchmarking this against my initial assumption.
Okay.
My not assumption. The initial case I thought of
Okay.
as in A, B, C, D is equal. All of them are equal to 1.
Okay.
So when you have all of them equal to 1, you get your answer 16.
Okay.
And suddenly this is way bigger than 16.
Okay.
And I did take just random 2 numbers. And
Okay.
so the thing is, if you use any other number, like say 4 or 5, you scale it up.
Got it.
Much.
Anything? I agree. So the answer is
16.3.
316. He's absolutely right. Nice. Is going pretty well. You're making things seem quite easy. Let's take this one next for Shubham. Question 25 in our system. Let y equal to 1 divided by 2 plus 1 divided by 3 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1 divided by...
Okay, so it keeps on going till infinity.
Yes.
What I will do is just take the first common term, which is
Okay.
1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus and another, since it's going to infinity, I can assume 3 plus y.
Okay.
Because it's same as y. If you remove
Okay.
1 from infinity, it doesn't really make a difference. It's still infinity, right?
Okay.
So it's going till infinity, so I assume this as y.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna clear it and solve it for y.
Okay. Do it quick.
Okay.
How much time should we give him for this calculation on paper? So far I've counted like 7-8 seconds already gone. Let's see. Anything up till 30 seconds I think is fine. So Harsha, you are on 2 successful questions solved. Do you think he's going to do this correctly?
I can see how we're supposed to do it, so I'm sure he's...
You're saying the method is correct?
So I get a quadratic equation.
Okay.
Which is 2y squared plus 6y minus 3.
Okay.
If I solve it.
Okay. Why did you disrupt my discussion in the middle if you haven't solved it? Like, just to tell me you have a quadratic equation. Congratulations. What else were you expecting after that equation? Anyways, so yeah. How much do you think you're going to score on 10? I'm going to give you 10 questions each.
I don't know.
So it's 2 on 2 so far for you.
Yeah.
Can you guess for him what it's going to be?
I know he's better at like mental math than I am. So,
okay.
But like I know we have a piece of paper, but like quick thinking is never.
So define.
Quick thinking has never been your thing.
No, like I love.
Can I look?
Thinking over the solution.
Okay.
Like
it's. I have the solution. Should I?
You have the solution? Yes, please tell me.
It's option 4 root 15 minus 3 by 2.
Option 4 root 15 minus 3 by 2. What was your quadratic equation?
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's option 3 root 15 plus 3 by 2.
Root 15 plus 3 by 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
The solution of my quadratic equation is 3 plus minus root 15 by 2.
Okay. So it's either 3 minus root 15, which is negative. That can't happen. In this case, okay, root 15 plus 3 by 2. Okay. Option number C, I think your method is correct. How did you calculate the roots after getting the quadratic equation?
The final formula, minus b plus minus under root.
What is the formula? Tell me.
The formula is minus b plus minus root of discriminant divided by 2a. B is the coefficient of...
What is discriminant?
Discriminant is... it's a method to... Not exactly a method. It's
what is the formula for discriminant?
B square minus 4ac.
So tell me the full formula.
Okay, minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a.
Okay, and what's ABC?
A is the coefficient of power 2.
Okay.
B is the coefficient of power 1.
Okay.
C is the coefficient of power 0.
Okay, that's correct. He's just playing around. He obviously knows it. But yeah, after you're done with the system, you have everything on the back of your mind because you understand it, not because you have memorized it. There's a big difference between the two. That's 2 each now, right? Let's shoot up the difficulty level a bit. Okay. And let's now go for something a bit more complicated. Okay. Harsha, for you. A man earns X percent on the first rupees 2000 and Y percent on the rest of his income. If he earns rupees 700 from income of rupees 4000 and rupees 900 if his income is rupees 5000, find X percent. What is this X?
Okay, so at first glance, I'm going to actually just write down the information I have.
Okay.
Okay, so it says, okay, I don't need to do that. So they've given us two statements.
Yeah.
If he earns 700 rupees from an income of 4,000 and 900 from an income of 5,000. And it says he on every 2,000 rupees, not every two, on the first 2,000 rupees he earns, he gets X percent on that.
Okay.
So I can actually split up his income, right? I can split up his income. So if he got 4,000, I can actually write that as 2,000 plus 2,000. Okay, and this is the first 2,000. So he's earning literally X percent on that. And since we're looking to find, so he earns 700, right? So that is the gain above his income, right? So I don't need to bother with the principal amount. I just need to calculate the interest.
I think you're trying to convince me more than solve the question.
You need to calculate only the interest, right? So you can actually split up the first equation in this form. I put by 100 because it's a percentage.
I don't know what you're doing at this point, so go
I'm
for it.
literally writing down the first statement.
Yeah, right
Okay,
then, write it.
Cool. Okay, so I'm going to get 20x plus 20y is equal to 700. I'll just leave that there. You can go further if you want, but I'm going to leave that there. The next statement is 900 rupees from 5,000. So again, I can split that up into 2,000 x by 100 plus 3,000 y by 100 is equal to 900.
Okay.
I'm going to cut stuff up. So I have 20x plus 30y is equal to 900.
Okay.
Alright. So right now we have two linear equations. I can actually solve.
Yeah, I've solved it already. So hurry up.
So this becomes 70 minus 2y is equal to 2x. So
he's just doing horrible solving right
y
now.
900. So I get y is equal to 900.
Whoa.
Wait.
Sorry, I get to make fun of him. He's just screwing up for no reason.
Give me a moment.
Yeah. You want me to do that for you also?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
So this becomes the first case becomes 20x plus y is equal to 70. So x plus y is equal to 7 by 2, and I can literally just plug this into the next equation, which is...
Try and pay attention to what he's saying. Could you be louder so that you can demonstrate the bad method for our audience? Try and show what you're doing as well. I'll read out what he's doing. He's taking 20x plus 20y equal to 700 and 20x plus 30y equal to 900, and he's trying to reduce all of it like a moron and then ending up at the wrong answer, and he will wonder why did he take 10 minutes solving a easy question. So why don't you think about what you're doing and then do it. Listen to what I'm saying and do it. You can just do it verbally.
Alright.
What's the difference between the two equations?
Alright, cool.
Yeah. Is high pressure intense, no?
So
it's worse in the cat
y is
camp.
equal to 20.
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you call it? If I plug in y is equal to 20, the first equation, I get 20x plus 400 is equal to 700, and I get 20x is equal to 300, and this is equal to 15.
Congratulations. So the answer is
15%.
What would have happened if I hadn't helped him out on that path?
I would have solved it eventually.
possibly much quicker. I was obviously pressurizing him, but things happen in the cat which causes pressure. Don't worry, suddenly Shubham is going to get pressure when he doesn't expect it. You basically start mocking him the moment I sense some weakness. Right? Let's look at a question for Shubham. But I think we can give him marks for this, right? 3 on 3. He had gotten the equations, written it down. He just didn't realize only y is changing between the two equations, so of doing that quicker. But okay. Let's give this guy a time and distance question as well.
Should I read it out?
I'll read it out. A man travels from A to B at a speed x kilometers per hour. He then rests at B for x hours. He then travels from B to C at a speed of 2x kilometers per hour and rests for 2 hours. He further moves to D at speed twice as that between B and C, which was 2x. He thus reaches D in 16 hours. If the distances AB, BC and CD are all equal to 12 kilometers, the time for which he rested at B could be.
Okay. So I have all the equations in x.
Okay.
It's just speed and time. So I just
Okay.
need to have one common unit. And we know
Okay.
that time is distance divided by speed
Okay.
in a linear equation, in
Okay.
a linear motion.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is just make an equation for ours because we
Okay.
know the total is 16
Okay.
and distances are equal to 12.
Okay.
So A to B, the time taken is 12 by x.
Okay.
And then he rests at B for x hours, so I add x to this.
Okay.
Then B to C at a speed of 2x, which makes it 12 by 2x time taken.
Okay.
Then he rests for 2x hours.
Okay.
And then move twice as that between B and C. So B and C, his speed was 2x. So C and D, the speed is 4x.
Okay.
So I'll just add 12 by 4x. Does he rest or anything after that? So this is equal to 16. This will
Okay.
again give me a quadratic equation. I'll just quickly do it.
Yes. Keeps getting the quadratic somehow.
48.
What would have happened if you had a quadratic in that while he solves that question?
In this.
Yes.
Why not?
Tell me this, why did you start trying to do this reduction instead of just calculating x and y, which you're supposed to?
I was going to calculate x and y.
Try and finish this method off, see what happens. You have x plus y equal to 3.5 somehow, which isn't even the case. Because
No,
x is 15 and y is 20. It's 35. You've already gotten it down to 3.5 by missing out a zero calculation error earlier. You've it written there, I can see it, x plus y equal to 7 by 2.
Yeah.
So, at least defend yourself, man. It's okay. I'm just picking on you for no reason. I know you would have gotten it correctly.
Okay. Cool.
Have you finished it? See, I'm picking on him now. I'll save up all the picking on you for later during crunch time. He's still running 3 on 3. I know the formula that he's written, the way he's written the constraints of what's happening in the question is absolutely correct. Remains to be seen if he does
So
the
two
solution.
solutions I get is 18 by 6 and 14 by 6, which is 3.
Okay.
Is there 3 in the
There
option?
is a 3 hours.
Yeah, I'll go with a 3 hours.
Okay, what's the other option that you got?
14 by 6 hours.
Which is basically?
2.6.
Okay. So,
Sorry,
The
2.33 hours.
okay. So the time for which he rests as B could be 3 hours. A.
Yeah, it will.
Okay.
Could be a. So we have two options for that.
I think he's right. It is A. He's calculated the other one also. That's good. So that's 3 each for each of you. Okay. Let's now move to another question. Okay. Yes. Harsha. One man can do as much work in one day as a woman can do in 2 days. I think this should be in reverse, but somebody setting cat paper seems to have a wrong opinion of women. But for the sake of this, let's work with this for now. A child does 1/3 the work in a day as a woman. If an estate owner hires 39 pairs of hands, men, women, and children in the ratio 6:5:2, and pays them all in rupees 1113 at the end of the day's work, what must the daily wages of a child be if the wages are proportional to the amount of work done? And another question, what is the name of this one man so that he can be sent to jail for hiring child workers? But you figure out what the daily wages of the child should be.
Okay.
We'll wait to see that. If he's paying lots of money, then maybe we'll consider it.
Alright, so
Yes?
so he says one man can do as much work in a day as a woman can do in 2 days.
Yes.
So if I'm assuming the total work to be X, let's say the total work is X.
Okay.
That means in a particular, any given day, the man can do 1x of work and the woman would be able to do 2x of that work. Right?
No.
Yeah.
That's the reverse.
Sorry, 2x. Right? So.
What? I don't know. Like you just said something wrong. Tell me the correct thing.
Okay, fine. Okay, forget about this 1 by x. It's a variable anyway.
Yeah.
So given a woman, okay, if a man can take a piece of work, if he can do so I need the total work.
Okay.
Okay, I need the total work, say in a given day.
Okay.
I'm taking that as x.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm saying that one man can do an X amount of work. Okay.
Is this
an X amount of work in a day?
Okay, then this is not the total work.
Fine. All right.
A man can do X amount of work in a day.
I restarted.
Okay. So now you're starting. A man can do X amount of work in a day. X units of work in a day.
Okay. And he's saying this is twice as much as a woman.
Yes.
Right? So a woman can do X by 2 amount of work in a day.
Okay. Now this makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a child can do a third of that. So it's literally X by 6 amount of that work.
Okay.
Right?
Cool. Now it makes sense.
Okay.
Yes.
An estate owner hires 39 pairs of hands of men, women, and children in the ratio 6, 5, and 2.
Okay.
Right? So what that means is there are, let's again, you can scale up the proportionality factors. You've got 6:5:2, which means if you want to find the scaling factor, you have to add all these up. You get 13.
Okay.
Okay. And we need some sort of totality, and and since the wages are proportional to the amount of work done.
Okay.
I'm saying a man does twice as much as work as a woman, and 6 times as much as a kid.
Okay.
So that means it's literally in this proportion.
Okay.
Right? So I'm going to say that if there are 13 people, for the unit of proportionality, before I get into splitting it up, let's actually find what 113 divided by 13 actually gives us.
Okay.
Sorry, no, 113. Okay, so 39 pairs of hands, right? So I can literally, so the constant proportionality.
It doesn't need this much time. He's sucking. Sorry, but yeah.
Hands, okay. So I have 6 times 3, which is 18, plus sorry, what am I doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? What's the question? What is the daily wage of a child? Just calculate that. No, I'm going to pass this on now.
No, sorry. So 6. So literally, the unit of proportion. So we can find how many men, how many women, and how many children are there, right? So you've got 6 times.
Why do I care about it? Maybe I do. He hasn't explained to me yet. This is called being unclear in the head. See, he knew what exactly he was doing. He knows it, but he's unable to articulate it. Maybe it was a peaceful area, he would be able to do it correctly. But who cares? That's not real life.
Okay, so there are 18 men, there are 15 women, and there are 4 children. Okay?
Okay.
Alright?
Okay.
So now I am saying that
18 plus 15 is equal to? 33
Yeah.
plus 4 equal to 37. That is not equal to 39. So whatever you have done must be wrong.
6.
So what's
3?
okay? So what's the correct thing?
6.
6 what?
No, I'm saying 6 children.
Okay, there are 6 children
There are 6
in the 39.
Right?
Okay,
and
fine.
now amount of work done, that is now proportional to 113. So if I literally can write 1 is to 1 by 2 is to 1 by 6. And again, if I scale this up, I can write this as 6 is to 3 is to 1. So a man gets paid 6 times more than a child does.
Okay.
Right? So if I add this up, I get 10. And if I divide 113 by 10, I get 111.3.
Okay.
Right? So 111.3 is...
So far you've kept saying 1113 as 113. But okay, I see you've written the correct thing, so it's cool. So okay, it's 111.3.
Okay. And yeah, so if...
What must be the daily wages of a child? You can see 4 options here, right? That doesn't seem to be in here. So answer the question, please.
I'm missing something.
No, you're
divided by... Oh, yeah. So divided by 39.
Random division, but okay.
No, so...
Okay, go on. Let's see. Give me an answer which I can then call it wrong and then we can move on.
Divided by 6, which is still not going to give me what I'm looking for. No, it might be really close to 14. So
84 is close to 14 multiplied by 6. You have no clue?
Nope.
Okay. What about you?
I think I...
Have you solved it already or have you been watching?
I know how to do it. I'm at the last step. Do you want me to solve
What's the answer? Do you have the answer?
I haven't solved it completely. I can.
So you don't have the answer. It's okay. It doesn't have the answer. I know you're being lazy about it or not, but okay. That's the first mistake gone. We are going to learn how to solve this question properly in the results video. Stay tuned, where I will not shout at him, but I'm going to describe how to solve this without getting into this hassle at all. Right? He's did good work on the first 3 questions though, right? There's still work to do. Shubham, are you ready for your next question? Okay. Let's do this. It's a small question of geometry. AB is perpendicular to BC and BD is perpendicular to AC in the diagram provided. It is basically a triangle ABC, right angled at B. CE bisects angle C into half and angle A is given as 30 degrees. What is angle CED?
60 degrees.
60 degrees? Okay.
Should I make the image or?
You don't have to, you can explain to me.
This is a right angle triangle.
Okay.
Angle ACB is 60 degrees.
ACB is 60 degrees, I agree.
And CE bisects it. So
Yes.
angle DCE is 30 degree.
Angle DCE is 30 degrees,
And
yes, I
angle
agree.
EDC is 90 degree because overall it has to be 180 and other side is 90.
EDC is 90 degree, okay.
So if you look at triangle EDC, this is 90.
Yeah.
EDC is 90. DC is 30. So CED has to be 60, which is my answer.
I agree. That was quick. Okay. So Harsha wasn't wrong. Shubham has practiced more and come. And you know how to solve that question though, don't you? Okay. I think it might be the bright lights. There's the halogen lamp right here. But let me not make excuses for him. Let me give him something to answer. Let's go for the 5th question of Harsha, right? 3 out of 4. Okay. In the figure given below, ABCDEF is a regular hexagon and angle AOF is equal to 90 degrees. Okay. FO is parallel to ED, which is the base. What is the ratio of the area of the triangle AOF to that of the hexagon ABCDEF? Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a right. I'll just do it over here. So a hexagon, the angle is 120. and
Okay.
it's saying it's parallel to this, and it's coming
Okay.
from this. That means it is bisecting 120.
Okay.
So this is 60 degrees. That means
Okay.
this is 30 degrees.
Okay.
If this is 30 degrees, sine of 30
Mhm.
gives you, okay, just the opposite.
Okay.
So let's assume that each, the hypotenuse is 2.
Okay.
Alright? The hypotenuse is 2, then
Mhm.
that means the edge of the
Mhm.
entire thing is 2. That means the opposite is equal to 1.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
that's 2 sine 60.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the opposite is equal to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Also, same if you do it on the other
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
So you literally have a triangle with 1 plus 2 plus 1. So you can
Okay.
so what does this mean? So this is 4, sorry 2. So you have,
What is asked from you? What is the area
no,
of
wait,
angle
so
AOF?
just let me finish.
Okay.
Okay, come on. So
Okay.
that means that there are 2 triangles which can fit into this. There are literally, if this is side 1,
Okay.
side 1, there are 2
Uh-huh.
more triangles which can fit into this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There are
anymore.
2 more triangles.
Fit into what? Why are you trying to fit any triangles anywhere? I don't
Okay, let's fit a
understand.
triangle over here. Let's fit a triangle over here.
Okay.
Let's fit another triangle over here, and let's fit another triangle over
You're
here.
trying to keep replicating these triangles
I'm
to
not
fit the
trying
whole
to,
area.
It fits.
Okay,
It
it
actually
fits.
fits.
Okay.
If you looked at,
How do I know it fits? Please tell me.
I just justified it. I justified an edge,
Okay.
and I told you the edge was 2.
Yes. So
And
this
I'm saying
AB
this
is 2.
1.
Okay. Since this is 1, 2 will fit. Okay.
Okay, cool. So that means we have 6 triangles six of these triangles within this first half, top half, and you have 6 more in the bottom half.
Okay. So 4
it's
will
literally
go.
1 by
Okay.
12.
So it's 1 by 12. Okay. That actually makes sense. Yes. That is absolutely correct. Where I was unfairly pressurizing him to go was literally, now that he has one side of 2, the area of the triangle, if I have to find it out, it's basically half into length into base, right? Which basically means it is going to be half into 2 sine 60 plus n into, which is the height, which is 2 cos 60, and that's it. So it's 2 into half into 1 by root 2, right? What's cos 60? Root
60 is
3, root 3 by 2?
cos 60 is half.
Cos 60 is half. And sine 60 is?
Root 3 by 2.
Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Okay. So sine 60 cos 60 will get multiplied with 2 over here. That will end up giving 2 3 by root 2. And then now I need to figure out the whole area of the hexagon. Can you remember any formula for it? Some area of triangles. There was something, no, of area of triangles. Nothing? I was being an idiot in that case. He absolutely took the correct method. There is no magical formula of area of polygon for a generic case. That too in terms of the length. There is one that you would have to find custom formula. You will go mad trying to remember them. And now I'm just using a knowledgeable voice. I did not think of all of that before interrupting him. So that's just that. So okay, 4 out of 5 and 4 out of 4. Let's now give you a easy sum. Okay. 4 identical coins are placed in a square. For each coin, the ratio of area to circumference is same as the ratio of circumference to area. Then find the area of the square that is not covered by the coins.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with this statement where it says ratio of area to circumference is same as ratio of area to circumference is same as ratio of circumference to area.
Okay.
I'm just assume a value r as the radius.
Okay. Radius of what?
Radius of the circles, the 4 circles that are there inside. So it's saying 2 pi r by pi r square is equal to pi r square by 2 pi r.
Okay.
Which he in turn means that circumference equals to area.
Okay.
And if circumference is equal to area, 2 pi r is equal to pi r square. That gives me r's value. If I cancel r pi, that gives me r's value as 2.
Okay.
So I know that the radius is 2 with the
Okay.
information given.
Okay.
So the area of the single coin inside is 4 pi.
Okay.
So the total area is 16 pi.
Okay.
And if you okay, how do I find it's a square? So if you look at the above two circles and the both diameters added gives me
Okay.
the side.
Yes.
So that is 4r,
Okay.
which is 4 into 2, 8.
Okay.
So the area of the square is 8, like side square, which is 8 into 8, 64.
Okay.
And what do I need to find? The area of the square that is not covered by the coins.
Okay.
So that should be 64 minus 16 pi. So I can take 16 common, 4 minus pi. So that's option C.
Option C, 16 4 minus pi it is. Shubham is on a roll, 5 on 5. Harsha is under stress, mainly fake stress I'm throwing at him. Let's see if he manages to catch up. Okay. Let's go to your 6th question, which is let what there's this huge question with like 3 questions on them. Do you guys want to do like a pack of 3 questions each with one context after this? Okay, we'll do one individual question. Sure. Actually 2 individual questions. After that we will use, so there are 3 questions related to this one context and we'll use, let's say, the first 3 questions of this. Okay, or there are 3 only, right?
Sure.
We'll do that. So this is the second last singular question in itself. Okay. So your question is, if r minus 6, mod of r minus 6 is equal to 11 and mod of 2q minus 12 is equal to 8, what is the minimum possible value of q by r? Right? Okay.
So I need to minimize Q and maximize R, which means that magnitude-wise at least. So I mean, I'm going to need this to be this mod absolute value to be positive. So it's going to be R minus 6 is equal to 11. R becomes 17.
Okay.
Okay, and 2Q needs to be magnitude-wise. I need to minimize it.
Okay.
Which means I need to subtract. Ideally, I would need to subtract the constant from the RHS,
Okay.
which is minus 2Q plus 12 is equal to 8. So minus 2Q is equal to minus 4, and Q is equal to 2. So I'm saying plus 2 by 17.
2 by 17. Could you just explain how you got 2 quickly?
I needed to minimize.
Explain the Q part. Yeah.
Wait. Okay. So in another case, if I took 2 as positive, what would have happened is 2Q. I would have got 2Q is equal to 20.
Okay.
If I took the absolute, the function inside as
here you took it as minus 2Q plus 12 is equal to 8.
Yeah, I would have got.
Okay. So you got 2Q equal to 4 and Q equal to 2 through that.
Right.
Okay. So that's what you need to articulate and say in words. I cannot think inside your head. You need to say I am taking the positive or the negative.
So I actually did say that.
Then you need to speak louder because I can't hear it here.
Cool.
Right. Or enunciate. You might be thinking, why am I beating up on him? Because waiting till the point where he literally gets upset or angry or something. It's like little bit of reaction, right? So, just so you know what's basically happening, I run this thing called the CAT boot camp, where 2 things can happen. Either you go this way, in which you just answer the questions cleanly and clearly and all is good, or you know the answer but there is some 9900, a difference of 1% or 2% in making everything absolutely clear, and you're going to get hit on in the head very unfairly in this manner. When that happens, till you just start getting it right. I think he's going to get the next ones right. Next question for Shubham. Shubham, your second last singular question is, if fx equal to log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x, then f of x plus f of y is equal to which of these four ways of representing? F of x plus y, f of 1 plus xy, x plus y into f of 1 plus xy, or f of xy divided by 1 plus xy.
Okay, so fx equals to log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x, and fy will be log of 1 plus y divided by 1 minus y. Fx plus fy is just multiplying, so I'm taking the whole log 1 plus x by 1 minus x into 1 plus y by 1 minus y,
Okay.
and that will just give me, I'll just simplify 1 minus x 1 minus y minus x plus xy, and now I'll get 1 plus x
Okay.
plus y plus
So,
x.
Harsha, has it ever happened to you that somebody shouted at you while you're doing the questions or when you're trying to figure something out, and that you have ever been able to correctly answer it back after from that point on?
Yeah.
Yes. So with me, typically, whenever a teacher has behaved with me, how I was behaving with Harsha, the automatic reaction in my head that goes on is showing a certain finger to that somebody, maybe giving a punch or a kick, maybe I'm already yelling abuses at that person continuously and not listening to what they are saying. He's, I think, been extremely nice to try and even understand or to make me understand what I am doing wrong. There is no point in me shouting at him like this. I would rather keep my mouth shut and he would figure out stuff on his own. If you saw when he finally reached the answers, what's the point of me talking? He is getting the answers on his own. So far, the only one question where he's messed up has been one I have explicitly butted in, made sure almost that he's gone in the wrong direction, and then shouted at him for doing that.
The answer is 7. While you were talking to Shubham,
You figured
I
out?
just quietly did it in about 10 seconds.
So the answer was 7. Notice I haven't upset Shubham yet and tried to bother him and tried to do anything. But this is literally what happens, and talking like that does not help anybody solve anything. If your teacher is doing that to you and feels entitled to do that to you, please don't study from him. You would rather, the same thing will happen. You will sit quietly for 10 seconds and get the answer as 7. That was it. So thank you so much. And
Okay, the answer is, can I look at the option? Yeah,
and he's also done it in the meantime.
answer is option number 4.
Option number 4, f of xy by 1 plus xy.
Yeah, so
Explain to me how.
So till here,
Okay.
I just did the multiplication because
Okay.
addition is multiplication in log inside.
Okay.
Once I simplified, I got 1 plus x plus y plus xy,
Okay.
and 1 minus x minus y plus xy.
In the numerator and
Yeah, I divided numerator and denominators by xy. I got this. So if I put this option,
Okay.
you will get 1 plus this and 1 minus this.
Okay.
So that is option number 4.
Why did you choose to pick this option and insert it and not 1 or 2?
Because through questions I reached here.
Okay,
By
you
just dividing
saw.
xy.
Okay, so you saw that the xy and xy form was taking place. Okay, fair enough. That works. Hey, he solved it as well. So that's what, 6 questions. One that I got wrong, and let's put, or he actually did it correctly and told me the answer also. 7 is actually the right answer. So we're both at 6 and 6. So let's do this now. I will save the 1-1 final question for the end. We will give 1-1 question on, let's see, let me go back and search for something nice really quickly here. Okay. Let's do 1-1 each, and then we'll get to the pack of 3. So for you, question number 7. Fresh grapes contain 90% water by weight, while dry grapes contain 20% water by weight. What is the weight of dry grapes available from 20 kgs of fresh grapes?
Okay, so we are given 20 kilograms of fresh grapes. So if you say 90% of that is water,
Okay.
that means 18 kilograms is water,
Okay.
and we have 2 kilograms all grape. Just the whole thing is grape. The pure grape. There's no water. Okay, and this is if you reverse this, when you say you have 2 kilograms of all grape, to find dry grapes, this is another way of saying this 2 kilograms is actually equal to 80%. So the thing is, in dry grapes, 80% is pure grape.
Okay.
Right? So this 2 kilograms pure grape can also be viewed as 80%
Fair
of
enough.
pure dry grape.
Yes.
Right? So 80% of dry grape. Right? So let's just take let's take X as the weight of dry grapes. So X is literally going to be 2 divided by 80, which is you're going to get 1 by 40, which is, this is kilograms. Where did I go wrong? I'm inclined to say 2.5. I missed out
That is absolutely the correct answer. You didn't miss out on anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Seems to have a habit of when he writes down stuff, he makes mistakes. I think whenever he has solved anything without writing anything, it's been perfectly correct.
Okay.
Whenever he has to write down stuff, he makes mistakes. He even got it to 2 divided by instead of writing 0.8 and directly seeing that, 0.8 into 2.5 times will give me 2. He went 2 divided by 80 for some reason and then managed to confuse himself from there on. Right? But okay, still 7 on 7 so far. Congratulations. Shubham, for your last single question. 2/5 of the voters promised to vote for P and the rest promised to vote for Q. Of these, on the last day, 15% of the voters went back on their promise to vote for P and 25% of voters went back on their promise to vote for Q. And P lost by 2 votes. What is the total number of votes?
Okay. Can I see this?
Yes, absolutely.
So
2/5 of the voters promised to vote for P.
I'm just gonna assume the total number of voters X as X. I cannot assume it to be a number because the answer that is asked is the total number of voters.
Okay.
So I might just assume it as 200. The answer can be different. So I'm just going to take it as an unknown variable.
Okay.
So 2/5 of X promised to vote for P. And so that gives me 3/5 promised to vote for Q.
Okay.
On the last day, 15% of the voters, that is 15 by 100 of X, went back to their promise to vote for P. Okay, so this is 15% of 2 by 5.
Okay.
So 15 by 100 of 2 by 5 of X. That is, I'll just simplify it for my easiness. 3 by 50. So 3 by 50 of X went back to their promise for voting for P. Okay. And 25 by 100 into 3. 25% of the voters went back to their promise to vote for Q, which were already 3/5 of the original pool. So that gives me 15 by, this will become 20. That will give me 3 by 20. Okay. So 3 by 20 of X backed out from Q. Okay. So then
P lost by 2 votes.
So people who voted for Q minus people who voted for P is equal to 2.
Yes.
So 2 by 5P minus how many went back is 3 by 50X plus 3 by 20X because they and that is, this is P. Q is 3 by 5 of X minus 3 by 20 of X plus 3 by 50 of X. So I subtract 2 by 5X from it. I'll just quickly solve it. Plus 3 by 50 of X minus 3 by 20 of X. So I'll get 1 by 5x, 1 by 5x minus 6 by 20x plus 6 by 50x is equal to 2. I'm just going to take a denominator for 100 That will give me 20x minus.
So this is also unnecessary. He had no good business assuming x to be x. He could have taken x as 100x, 1000x. He still would have gotten the number in terms of x. He wouldn't be doing all these random calculations around only if he had just thought of taking it as 100x instead of just x.
So the number of voters
Yes.
is 100.
Number of voters is 100. If you had just assumed 100x, x would have been 1.
Yeah, I realize that. It's fine.
It's okay. It still took 2 minutes of silence and me not pestering in the middle. Now with this, let's come to the final. Now we are going to do this reverse, okay? He's going to get to go first. You are both on 7 correct answers each. Oddly enough. That was wrong of him. At least I got him. See, I know these two guys are so well prepared in the sense that we have made them go through the SkillPanther system entirely, that left to their own, they are not going to make mistakes. I have to put some pressure, otherwise we have what we have right now, 7-7. At least through some pressure he was 6. That also he calculated in spare time and remembered to give the answer also. So anyways, we are back here at 7 and 7. Shubham, for you, let's take a set of 3 questions. 10 coins are distributed among 4 people, P, Q, R and S, such that one of them gets 1 coin, another gets 2 coins, the third gets 3 coins, and the fourth gets 4 coins. It is known that Q gets more coins than P and S gets fewer coins than R.
Okay. So, no, the 4 possible number of coins that can be distributed is 1, 2, 3 and 4.
Okay.
And I know that Q.
You don't even want to read the questions right now. You just want to think over this.
Yeah, I want to think about the comprehension so that
Smart boy.
it's easier for me. So I know Q is greater than P in terms of magnitude and R is greater than S. Is there any other information? And the total number of coins is 10.
Yeah.
10 coins are distributed among 4 people. Yeah, I pretty much covered the entire information. So
Okay.
now I'll go to the question. If the number of coins...
That's my job.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
If the number of coins distributed to Q is twice the number distributed to P, then which one of the following is necessarily true?
Okay.
Okay.
So Q gets 2 times than P, and it is
Yes.
already given in the question that Q gets more than P. So 2 times. That means Q and P cannot be 3. It can be either 1, 2 or 2, 4. Is there any other combination? No. So P can be 1, 2 and Q can be 2, 4.
Okay.
And if P is 1, Q is 2. S is definitely smaller than R. So S is 3, R is 4. And if P is 2, Q is 4, S is 2, R is 3. So
Okay.
these are the 2 possible combinations.
So tell me about R and S.
Okay. So R gets an even number of coins. Just 1 second. I'm a bit like, let me just rephrase myself.
Okay. Sure.
So 1, P, 2,
How do you think you would have done in this?
3.
Or you're still trying to do it in your head?
No, I didn't really bother.
What if he is unable to do it and you get it as a bonus question?
S
or
is
something?
definitely. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
S,
Yes, already done.
S gets an odd number of coins no matter what.
Could you explain that to me?
Yeah.
What's happening?
So if P is 1 and Q is 2,
Okay.
we know S is smaller than R, so S has to be 3.
Yes.
And in the other
R
case,
will be 4.
R will be
Okay.
4. In the other case, P is 2, Q is 4.
Okay.
So S is 1 and R is 3.
Okay.
So in both cases, S is either 1 or 3. R is 3 or 4, so nothing can be said about the odd even thing of R. But
Okay.
S can be definitely said that it's an odd number.
Okay, it's definitely 1 or 3. Nice. So that's D. Number 17. If R gets at least 2 coins more than S, then which of the following is necessarily true?
Okay. If R
Gets at least 2 coins more than S.
at least 2 more. So it is only possible in 1, 4 because it's saying at least 2 more. Oh, it can be 2 as well.
Gets at least 2 more coins than S.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if S is 1, R can be 3 or 4.
Okay.
If S is 2, R can only be 4.
Okay.
This is S, this is R.
I agree.
And there is no other possible case. There are 3 cases in there.
I agree.
Okay. So after that, it says Q gets at least 2 more coins than S. Okay. Q. So if S is 1, R is 3 or 4, and Q is greater than P. So practically, Q is greater than P is 2 in this case. So Q is whatever R is not. So Q is 3 or 4 in this case.
Okay.
And at least 2 more coins than S. And in this case, it's 3. No, that's not 2. In case 2, S is 2 and Q is 3. So option A is not true.
Okay. He's just checked option A that it's not correct, saying things really fast. But
yeah,
okay.
There are 3 cases.
Fine.
P gets, option number B is Q gets more coins than S. Q gets more coins than S. Yes, I just saw that Q gets more coin than S.
P gets more coins than S.
No, not necessarily true, because in this case, P will be 1 when Q is 2.
Okay. P and Q together get at least 5 coins.
P and Q, no. There's a case where P and Q get 4. So I'll go with option B.
Q gets more coins than S. That much is guaranteed.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I listened through that explanation, so I know why. For a longer explanation, we can cover that in the explainer video. So last question, Shubham, for a perfect 10 on 10. If Q gets fewer coins than R, then which of the following is not necessarily true?
Okay.
P and Q together get at least 4 coins. Q and S together get at least 4 coins. R and S together get at least 5 coins. P and R together get at least 5 coins.
If Q gets fewer coins than R, that gives me the relationship between all 4.
Okay.
So R is greater than Q, and Q is greater than P. At the same time, R is greater than S.
Okay.
So by default, R is 4.
Okay.
So are there options with R? Okay, there are 2.
Yeah.
So
R and S, P and R together.
So there is definitely R is 4 by these conditions, because R is the greatest.
Okay.
And Q and P have to come in pairs. So Q and P can be 1 or 2, S can be 3. Q and P can be 2 or 3, S can be 1.
Okay.
And Q and P can be 1 or 3, and S can be 2.
Okay.
Just let me write this. 1,
sure.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 cases.
You do remember the original question, right?
Yeah, I'm just doing it because you were reading the option, so I know the sum.
What is the original question?
Which of the following is not necessarily true?
What does that mean?
Okay, then C and D are necessarily true. Okay. So I just need to check A and B, and in that case as well, I have to do this. So
yes, now go on. Big difference in what he's doing now. See, it's very easy to forget this not necessarily true. It means 3 of your answers are correct. There is one that is always wrong. That is what is meant by not necessarily true. In fact, not even that. There is one that is sometimes wrong. All the other ones are necessarily true. One that is not necessarily true. So even the fourth one can be, even the correct answer here can be necessarily true under some circumstances, but not always. That's it. These type of questions are the most time consuming questions to deal with.
The answer is option A, because in one case, P and Q sums up to just 3.
Okay, so it is not always going to be necessarily true.
True.
Nice. So that's 10 on 10 for Shubham. Harsha, I've been extremely mean to you. So would you like to take this opportunity to show off with solving a difficult set of 3 questions?
No, just pick anything you want.
Or should I pick simple?
Just whatever you want.
Whatever I want. Okay, cool. So Harsha is now going to do rather nice question which I had seen earlier while going through. Okay, Harsha. In the adjoining figure, this is question number 114 onwards, 14, 15, 16. Okay. In the adjoining figure, 1 and 2 are circles with center P and Q respectively. The two circles touch each other and have a common tangent that touches them at point R and S respectively. Okay. This common tangent also meets the line joining P and Q, which are the centers, at O extended. The diameters of 1 and 2 are in the ratio 4:3. It is also known that the length of PO is 28 centimeters. Would you like to move on to the questions or do something at this point?
Questions.
Okay. Let's look at the questions. 3 questions on them. What is the ratio of the length PQ to that of QO? Okay. PQ to that of QO. What is the radius of circle 2, which is Q with center Q? The length of SO is the point from the tangent at circle 2 with O. Okay. These are the 3 questions. How would you like to proceed?
Okay, given these two circles, you have a external point O, and you have two tangents coming from that. And my first question is PQ to QO. So if you draw lines from R to P and S to Q, those are perpendicular to the tangent.
Okay.
Alright, so essentially we have two right angled. Yeah, we do have two right angled triangles.
Absolutely.
Which happen to be similar.
Okay, absolutely, I agree. I concede it.
Okay, so if it says it's given me PO is 28 centimeters. Right, so PO is my hypotenuse.
I also have something more.
Yeah, so PO is my hypotenuse.
Okay.
I'm also given the length, the ratios, diameters, which are 4:3, right? So that means, what does that mean? That means I can assume them to be 4x and 3x respectively.
Okay.
So, yeah, so 28 centimeters. Okay. So
he's a bit tired, folks. That's what all that stress can. This is basically stress-free. This is a stress interview. This was non-stress interview. I'm really surprised he's kept up so far as peacefully as he has. But yeah.
Can I see the questions?
It's
so what's the ratio of PQ to that of QO? Alright, so I do have. Okay, so I have the ratio of the base. So then, okay, so yeah, I have the ratio of the bases, which is also. So the basis is the radius, are the radius.
okay.
So the bigger circle's radius, the sides are in the R1. So I'll just write capital R and small r.
Okay.
It's in the ratios 4:3, which means that all the sides are in the ratio 4:3, which means PO to QO is also in the ratio 4:3.
Okay.
Which means, and PO is given as 28, and QO is given, and the ratio is 4:3. So to solve for QO, I get 28 by 4 into 3. So that is 7 into 3, which is 21. Okay, so that's what QO is. And to find PQ, I just do 28 minus 21, which is 7. And so my ratio is going. What's my ratio? PQ
is to QO.
This is PQ, so that's 7 is 2, 21, 1 by 3. 1:3.
That's option number 2.
Right,
nice. What is the radius of circle 2?
Okay, so what is the radius of circle 2?
Smaller circle.
I already know that QO is 21. If QO is 21, what does that mean? So
He needs silence to think. He's arrived at the answer before, so he's trying to remember.
So, PQ.
Yeah.
PQ is equal to 7.
Okay.
Which also happens, the diameters,
Mm-hmm.
we have a ratio given, 4 to 3.
Okay.
And if you look at that,
Yes.
it's just the sum of the radii.
Okay. Yes.
Also are in a ratio of 4 to 3, which means I have 7, totally I have 7x, x is my proportionality constant, which is equal to 7, x is equal to 1.
Yes.
So if x is equal to 1, that means the diameter of the radius of the second circle is 3.
Okay. That's available. Option 2 again?
Yeah.
Okay, 3 centimeters. I think that's also correct. And the last, the length of SO. SO.
So the length of SO, that is not my hypotenuse. My hypotenuse is actually 21.
Nice.
So that's 21 squared is equal to 3 squared plus something squared. So what's 21 squared?
441.
441 is equal. So 441 minus 9 is equal to x squared. That is 432, which is x squared. And so x is going to be, let's see.
There are 4 options given. You can take a look.
Let's do 2 into some. Okay, so let's do 3 into something.
Because all of them have a root 3 in the options.
So that's 3 into 100 and... Oh, that's actually just divided by 3.
Okay.
Just wasting time. So it's 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, 12, 1, 2, 144.
Okay.
So 144, that is, so this is root 12. So x is, sorry. Yeah,
I can see it's done on his.
So 12 root 3.
That just happens to be 116. See, Harsha is somebody who likes to take his time to understand things and then gets around solving it. If I keep stressing him out while he's trying to understand, he gets muddled at that phase itself. Shubham is somebody who understands very, very quickly and does the calculation later. If he does not understand, he won't understand it only. Like, he will know that he's not getting it. And which is why it's very important to know that no two students are going to be taught the same. It's not going to give the same kind of result. If one person ever in his life or her life responds to a teacher putting stress while somebody is trying to do something, solve something, demonstrate something, this is maybe in 1 case out of 500, that person will be somebody who thrives under that kind of a condition and does well. I know I do not thrive under situations like that. I will hit that person shouting at me and telling me while I'm trying to solve something, while I'm trying to think. In fact, I have the same habit as Harsha in thinking and taking my time through thinking and then solving it later. And I go wrong when I write stuff down most. So I completely understand how he must have been thinking, even though he said, no, it's fine, it's okay. I think I get that. But irrespective of it, both the students here have gotten a perfect 10 on 10 of random questions. And we have made this amazing CAT system where only in 132 questions, without practicing thousands of questions over the year again and again, you get to learn everything you have to know about the CAT. And not only that, you get to try out our free mock tests. There are tests which have been created personally by me and not by random people sitting around, not by hired labor. No, personally I have sat and created the questions. So that it tests all the core fundamentals that you need. The videos are there to see what happens when you follow the SkillPanther system, not one thing gone wrong. And in CAT paper, if you're a serious student, you already know, even if you get 50% of the number of questions asked correct, that's usually 99.5 percentile in a given section. These guys just score 100. When they go to CAT, let's say there are I think 34 questions in maths. How many will you be attempting to do correctly?
That will depend on the difficulty. I'll ideally go for 25 to 26.
25 to 26. Do you think you're going to get any of them wrong?
If
with 100%
counting silly
accuracy.
mistakes, I think 2 or 3 wrong at max.
So you're easily confident of getting 24 to 25 or 22, 23 correctly out of
More or less.
34. That I think will translate to a 99.9 or 99.5 percentile at the least. What about you, Harsha? There won't be me shouting at you after every question and trying to throw you off when I know you spend time thinking
Right.
initially. So how much do you think you'll be able to do?
I guess with more practice, I could do a lot better. I mean, right now I'm figuring stuff out,
Okay.
but I feel with practice, I'd be able to recognize problem statements a lot quicker.
Yeah, I think you need to work on how do you move around from conceptual understanding to written work.
Right.
There seems to be a big disconnect over there.
Right.
And one of the good things about studying with us is we figure that out. There is nothing wrong with Harsha or his concepts or his understanding. You clearly saw that. It's just that when he's writing stuff, he's prone to making silly mistakes, which is much easier to solve. I don't have to reteach maths to this guy. You don't need to learn maths from me again, right?
Cool.
And with that, we actually solved 20 actual CAT questions in 1 hour 15 minutes, including so much of time wastage, verbally speaking. I know a lot of people struggle to finish 10 in 1 hour. So, you know how fast that just went by. So with that, if you want to get as fast and as sharp as these guys, at least, and possibly even do better and try for that perfect score, forget percentile, try for absolute perfection. Come to us and we are going to see you next time. Maybe it's going to be you sitting and playing here in the next episode. Can you bring along some friend and catch some unsuspecting victims? Let's see if somebody else wants to do it. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Would you like to put me on the hot seat and grill me some other time?
Sure.
I think, actually, let's do that. He deserves to grill me. I am scared of competing with Shubham because he just aced each and every one of those questions. So, for next time's video, what we're going to do is Harsha is going to play the host and I'm going to compete along with Shubham. He's done so well, I am now actually scared to go against him, and which is what it makes it fun for me. Let's see if it makes fun for you. If you want to go through this process with us, come join us. We are having a free CAT bootcamp this Sunday, which is the 17th, is it? 19th. Okay. It's the 19th of November. I know it's 1 week before the CAT, but we didn't want to give you guys too much time to prepare. This is too much of a hack. Thank you so much and bye-bye. Sound cut.